Hi, guys. Welcome again to another episode of Pod Christ. This is where faith and conversation intersect. And we are happy to have you on again. This is the You For Know segment. My name is Isaac, and I'm here again with my two beautiful ladies, Ajaki and Baba. For the You For Know segment today, we are looking at respecting people's space. Respecting people's space and rules that govern certain areas. I know people who go to places and they are told that put your phone off or we don't do this here. And they find it so annoying. Like, why? Why is it like that? Such people, no, I can tell them something for me.
I think that, well, the common saying that if you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. If you find yourself in a certain space, expect that everywhere has rules, and so whatever rules are there, you'd follow it. So if they say that put your phone off, or like you're saying, whatever it is, it's not hard for you to just do that. And also, there's something that I've noticed, like maybe in a trotro, or that one is not, it's public space, it's not somebody's space per se. But you're listening to a video or something, and the voice is like
that thing irritates me. It gives me some.
Why? If you want to hear it and blast your ears, do it by yourself.
Especially like TikTok video. The person keeps like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you are listening to something that you don't even want to listen to. Charlie.
So then I just respect people, because we are all not interested in what. If you are finding interest in whatever you are doing, I mean, enjoy by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, when you attend somebody's program, like you go for somebody's wedding, and then the person says, I don't want any pictures to go out before my official pictures come out.
Yeah.
Some even go to the extent of taking your phone, or they are going to block your camera feature. You are not going to be able to take pictures.
Hey, I've never experienced that before.
Yes, I saw that on the internet once.
Hey, that's interesting.
So you are not going to be able to take pictures. Yes, you have your phone all right, but you can't take pictures. Yes.
So, like in that case, you are told beforehand before you come
before
that these are the rules.
That no pictures are allowed. That is why I have hired my professional photographers. And so I don't want your pictures leaking before my own pictures come out.
Wow. This one is, I think, is
it's next level.
next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all we are saying is that you must know that every space that you go to, there are rules that pertain. The fact that sometimes people say they don't know that these are the rules that apply to a certain area before they subscribed. It was after they subscribed that they found out that, hey, and then they were caught between a rock and a hard place. They didn't know whether they should move on or they should back out, but no, just know that. I mean, I think it's common courtesy that before you even go to a place, you should find out what
happens there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Find that out before you go. So if there's anything that happens there that you do not like, you don't subscribe to it. You don't go and find yourself wanting. I mean, you for know. You for know.
I think that another thing we can also look at is like protecting public spaces. So like the washroom. You go to a space that has a washroom. You need to use the washroom, you go, and you leave the place a mess. Like, that's just very not courteous. There's the saying that when you go to a place, leave the place better than
you left it. You came to meet it. Yeah.
So when you go to the washroom, if the water is not running, okay, maybe you didn't check before.
The first thing I enter a washroom is check
if
the water is flowing.
Because
before you leave your inheritance there.
Get a bucket and room and no. But so you need to try and keep a place better than you met it.
Yeah, so cleaning after yourself is also something that you must know. So this is the You For Know segment, and this is Pod Christ, where faith and conversation intersect. Guys, something has been trending in the country for some time now. And I want us to enter into it. And those of you who are watching, this is Podcast. And we are not having this conversation to spite anybody or anything. We just want to share our opinions. We want you also to share your opinion with us in the comment section. Subscribe to the page, like it, and share it. Let us hear you also as well. For some time now, something is happening in the country. I don't know if you've heard it, but it's about this whole Wesley girls and this Muslim girl student saga. It has got everybody talking in the country. And when we're having the conversation on respecting space and rules, I want to find out from you, like, if you're a parent and you want to send your ward to an educational facility or an institution, what are some of the things you think you should look out for? I mean, I know we are all not parents here, but I mean, if we all one day be parents, what would you look out for before you send your child?
Okay, the quality of the education. Are the people who are going to be teaching my children qualified? The environment, the space, which people are they accepting into the school, and what rules are governing the school that I may or may not agree with, and so do I take my child there or not? I think those are some of the things I could look out for.
Baba, what would you look out for?
Yeah, and so your cultural background, your values, your beliefs, your religious beliefs as well, very important, because I do not want to send my child to somewhere that in the end I am going to complain, right? So I check for all those things to see if they align with what I believe in before I send my child.
But do you think that our educational system as it is now does not give us the room to be able to do that? I mean, look at the whole computerized school selection system that we have. So your child chooses schools, and then later, when the results are out, the computer will put your child in whichever school that your child's results match.
Are those selections not based on? So whatever the computer does, is it not
It's
based on what you
selected.
choose?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So then you, whatever it is, whatever school it is, you should know in your mind that there's a probability that out of these 5 or 6 schools that I'm choosing, I could get any of them. And so you do your background checks. Do these people believe in these things? Do they, are their beliefs or whatever they do in the school aligning with my thoughts and ideas and values? Then wherever they go to, then maybe because sometimes, unfortunately, when we are making those choices, you know which one you want to go to first or second, then you be like, the rest, you are just choosing to fill the space, but anything could happen.
Yeah, and so that is why parents are advised to go to the schools to choose the various schools for their children.
Okay.
They do not allow just the children to do that, right? So in consultation with the teachers, you select the schools that you think align with your values and your beliefs. And so you know that out of, as Ajaki said, out of that, those 5 or 6 schools, you could get any of them.
But do you think parents really look at those things when they are choosing schools for their children, or it's just really about the status of the school and the name the school has? Do you think people they really sit down to look at what values that the school will inculcate into your children or their children before they choose the schools?
There are many sides to this, but if I were to answer this directly, I would say that not many parents pay very close attention to these things. They probably would only look at the whole, oh, this school almost say let me take my child there, or they do this and this. They may know just 1 or 2 things, but do not know a whole get the whole idea of whatever they do there.
Yeah. And some also base it on the fact that Mrs. Tabi calls our school, and you know my child also has to go there, or it's in their family.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
my
all
child
going
has
there.
to go there. But it could be that between the time you were there and the child is
A
going there,
lot might have
has
changed.
And so you should factor those things in before you select the schools that your children go to.
But do you think that the mission schools, as we have them now, have lost their
Credibility.
I think credibility would be a harsh word to you. Like, I mean, they were
The
noted
mission
for
sense.
yes, they were noted for certain things in the past. Really, when those schools were established. Do you think those things have been watered down now because of the partnership that they have with the government now? Have they now become more secular than missionary as they should have been?
Well, I don't really think so. I can't say fully with my chest, but all I know that the missionary schools that we know of, the Adisadels, the St. Augustine's, the Holy Child, the Wesley Girls, those schools still hold on to their mission values because they are Catholics, they are Wesleyan schools, and so they still go for their masses. They still have reverend fathers governing the school. So I don't think that they have, because they partner with government, they have lost those mission senses. But I think they are still holding on to.
I'm asking that because these schools, the teachers that teach there are not selected by the missionary institution. They are people that the government posts to the schools to go and teach there. So if you could go to those schools and we have Muslim teachers, I mean, I don't know, but you went to a mission school.
Yeah, I did.
Did you have anyone teaching the school who was not like a
Christian
believer?
or in that? Oh yes, I think most of we even had pastors. One of my teachers was a pastor, but not of, because my school was a Catholic school, and they used to tell us a story. So in answering the first question, I was going to say that they may not have lost it totally, but it may have been watered down just a bit, because at the time I went to the school, we were told we heard of the convents. There was a place we called the convents. There's a priest because he has to conduct masses and everything. But we heard of stories where we knew that there were reverend sisters who were in the school who were in charge of like the moral upbringing of the people. They were the ones punishing. They were house mistresses and everything. But now, because most of the posting and stuff of the teachers are done by the government, in a place like, let me give an example, like Ola. For them, I know they still have some reverend sisters who are there, who are watching over things. But it's not like that everywhere. Like in my school, I never saw any reverend sister. Anyone who came was a visitor. So I think that if the Catholic Church or whichever missions school it is decide to keep their people as part of the staff and as part of the, you'd see that a level of the mission or the faith is kept in there and not extremely watered down, even though the partnership with the government may have brought it down a bit.
Because I mean, what has been happening recently is that a lawyer has sued, and this case is in court, and so we should be mindful of what we say and how we say it. But then a lawyer has sued the school for not allowing a Muslim girl to practice her faith, as it were, and in the sense of fasting and prayer and wearing of the hijab. And it has become a contentious situation, and everybody is wading in on this. There's been all kinds of statements that has been released by Christian bodies, the GPTC, the Catholic Bishop Conference. Everybody is saying something, but I want to know, where should we? I'm saying we as Christians be a lot more accommodating. I'm asking, or should we be strict on what we believe should be done in the mission schools?
Accommodating for the choice of word. I think that there are verses in the Bible that show in some way, maybe not stated categorically, but love your neighbor as yourself. It applies to everybody. It's not just to someone who believes in the same faith as you. Or I think that there are verses in the Bible that help as much as it's possible with you live at peace with all men. All those things are there. They are not strictly to the people, but it's just that the mission schools, I believe, were set up for certain reasons. There was a reason why the mission was attached to the school, which ideally may have been a secular institution.
No, I think the schools they used the schools as a means of discipling
the
people.
people. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And so if those values are still being maintained, like someone who goes to a Catholic institution, in my school, I don't know for other Catholic schools. In my school, there was nothing like SU. There was nothing like any Protestant. We didn't have that in our school because everybody, it's a Catholic school. You chose to come here, so you attend mass with us like everybody does. So those are their beliefs and statutes that they have and principles that they have in the school. So if I am deciding to go there, then I am expected, like the you for know parts where we are talking about rules that govern a certain space, then I would have to succumb to it.
Baba, which school did you go to?
I went to Univer Secondary School.
Well, how was the fellowship there, like the faith
The faith.
community? How was it like?
Well, for Winisec, it was very accommodating because we had Christians, we had Muslims, and there were times where the Muslims could have their prayers during their fasting. They could, the pantry would cook for them their breakfast, their lunch, their dinner, and then after they break their fast, they will go and have all of that.
Oh.
And they cater for they make sure that they eat before the dawn when they start fasting.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think for Winisec, it was very accommodating. And they wouldn't force you to go for church service.
Oh, really?
No, you would go for church service, but it wasn't really participatory. Like, they wouldn't force you to
Like dance and sing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But then you would have to go for church service.
Because they will say that it's a general assembly, so you must be
yes.
there.
So they could give announcements and things there. So you'd have to go for church service. But on Fridays, the Muslims could, they have their Friday prayers and all of that. And when it is time for their prayers, they have all of that. And nobody complained.
In my school, there was even a mosque for the Muslims.
I see.
And so, and that because my school was not a mission school. It is not a mission school. It's a public secular institution that has all the people in there. And so these other options are there.
Yeah.
Why would someone take the child or his child or her child to a place where the rules does not apply to their faith, and then afterwards come and complain that you are not being fair to me and the way you are treating my child?
I genuinely think it's a choice problem, or maybe not looking at things from the broader picture. Because I think that it's a mission school, and maybe if they had asked to find out how things go there, they probably chose the school for the name and the
influence
academic level. Yes, the networking in the future. Because I mean, people will grow up to be in a certain level, but they did not consider the faith. But from what's going on now, I believe that faith is an important part of this person's life. And so he probably should have considered that. And not only, I don't know what went into the thoughts, but maybe he should have looked at it holistically and not maybe look at the name that came with the school and the title and everything.
But I heard the education minister speak about how supreme our constitution is, and that everyone, including even the faith-based institutions, must all subject themselves to what the constitution of the land says. And the constitution says that every child must be given the freedom to practice their religion, irrespective of where they find themselves. So he made this argument on the floor of Parliament and asked that, they are going to make sure that is upheld and everybody is treated fairly, because our education minister now is a Muslim. Yes. And so, do you think the Christian community should take a certain stance? And if they should, what would you recommend? Baba, you or Adaki?
So I think the Attorney General has come out to say that the school has not given sole authority to the government, and so the school still has its right to enforce its missionary values. And so I think that it all boils down to parents. For me, that's what I think. If I know that I am a Muslim and my child is not going to, I need to wear my hijab, I need to fast, I need to pray 5 times a day. And Wesley Girls is not going to allow me to do that. I don't think I would take my child to Wesley Girls. Right. And so, and if you say that Christians should, or the missionary school should accommodate it, then it means that they are also somehow bringing down their values to your level. And so just go where you think you'll be free. That's what I think.
Okay, bringing down their values to their level. Maybe if we put it that way, but then there are options for them too. There are Muslim schools too that they can go to. Where for them they are practicing their schools on the Friday. They are practicing their religion. On Fridays they have their prayers and all of that. So if faith is as important to you as we see it to be, then take your person to an equally good academic environment that allows for the faith to be practiced over there. And not because I don't know and I highly doubt that if we say that a Christian goes to this school, they are not going to wear the hijab, they are not going to pray the prayers with the people because they may be Christian. Maybe that's something we can have a conversation on. But I doubt that the Muslim people would dial down their values for someone's own to rule.
Well, right. This is still Pod Christ, where faith and conversation intersect. We've been trying to have a discussion on this trendy issue that's going on in our country concerning the Wesley Girls and Muslim Student Saga. And I mean, it has been a great conversation. Friends, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know what the Supreme Court's ruling is going to be, but we are all waiting. We have seen all the judgments and all the speeches that has been made around this topic in the country by the experts. I've even heard Child Rights International Executive Director come out to speak on this issue and the rights of the child and all of those things. But Christian parents, especially, I am speaking to Christian parents. Like Ajaki said, if the faith you profess to believe is as important to you as you claim it is, then where you take your child to for educational purposes must be very, very important to you. Okay? And likewise, the other people on the other side or who also believe in other things, you too consider that. And if you choose to go somewhere that is not aligning with your faith, like our Euphonio segment said, please stick to the rules. The person will be there for some time. Whatever you want the person to do, no, it is there. But my take on the issue is that if the person is going to a mission school, please, the rules apply. The mission schools have a certain way they do their things. These are the things that has kept them at the top. For that reason, you choose to send your child there. Please, I don't think we want to water it down for anybody. That is my take on it. And we wish to see and hope to see how it turns out. Paul Christ, where faith and conversation intersect. Thank you for joining us on this episode. I've been here with Ajaki and Baba. Until we see you again next time, have a blessed week. God bless you.